Today I'm going to show off my entire Seiko collection. Is it the best on YouTube? Let's get into it! Yes, and welcome to the Mad Watch Collector Show. Can you tell I'm excited? Yeah. Any chance to discuss my Seiko collection?
I'm there in a flash.
In this case are my Seikos I have collated, fancy word, since I started collecting over 7-8 years ago. But over that time, a lot of watches have come and gone. Now, I set myself the challenge for me anyway, to only have 10 Seikos in my collection. Yeah, I know, first world problems. However, at the end of 2025, I'm over by one. But I have got an excuse. I've got current available Seikos, discontinued Seikos, divers, chronographs, GMTs, mechanical, quartz and digital. But the big question is, which Seikos survived the last State of the Collection show? Are you Seiko collection ready? Let's go! Right, let's start. Actually, I want to talk to you about a very special diver to me because it's a watch I designed with the help of Radcliffe Watches, and it is the MDVR. And it is inspired by not only Seiko, but all my favourite dive watches from the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, nowsies and nowsies. This is an automatic 200-metre diver, 39mm in diameter, and we didn't just go simple. No, because if you look closely, we have what appears to be a sandwich dial.
But it's not any old sandwich.
No, this watch utilises the Miyota 9075 GMT movement. But instead of having a GMT hand, underneath the dial, we've got ourselves a colour disc. You can manually change the colour of those indices from white to red, which is inspired by the film Live and Let Die. Know if you know kind of thing. Anyway, the pre-order window is about to close. And if you want to bag yourself a very special diver for £329 and no extra fees, get on the Radcliffe website in the description below and pre-order it before it's too late. Because honestly, a lot of people are going to regret not buying one. Is it going to be you? Okay, first watch in the watch box, my SNJ 025, the Arnie. A watch of mine that looks like it's been in a few fights with Predator, to be honest. The strap is very worn these days. This is a reissue of the H558, which back in the 80s was the first Anadigi diver with an alarm. It was made famous for being on the wrist of Arnold Schwarzenegger. Still one of my best Seikos. Still makes me feel strong and empowered, like I can take on the world. It's solar powered. I've had this for about 6 years, and obviously I haven't changed the battery. This is one of those Seikos that hasn't gone up in price since I bought mine. It was around £420. I think it's still the same price, which in this economic climate, I think the SNJ 025 is a great watch to buy. Super! Now this is a watch that looks kind of like a diver, but isn't. To me, it was the ultimate affordable explorer's watch because we have an inner rotating compass bezel, and at the time when this watch was available, unfortunately it's discontinued now, you really got bang for buck. The finishing on the case is amazing. I've never taken off this bracelet because I really like it. And to me, it's almost perfect in its design. Sort of gives me SKX vibes, but without ripping anything off. If you are one of the lucky ones that own one of these watches, fair play to you. I'm not sure I'd pay £400, £500, £600 these days. That's what they're going for on the likes of eBay. But I'm so glad I bagged a land shark. Next up, the watch that I called in 2024 my favourite Seiko release of the year, and that is the SPB 411. This is a reissue of a watch Seiko released back in 1968, and it was the first GMT they ever made that had a twisty bezel, and it is smoother than a duck's back. It's lovely. Anyway, what's great about this watch for me is the size, because they pretty much recreated this exactly the same as the original from the late 60s. The case is 38.5 millimeters in diameter, and it's got that awesome Seiko tonneau style case to it. Also reminds me of a 62 mass, the way the lugs don't go straight down into the case. The bracelet is engineered beautifully and exclusive to this reference only. And just the dial, take a look at the dial. That reminds me of a 62 mass. Love the little stumpy GMT hand. This is a phenomenal limited edition watch that you can still find around. 100 meters water resistant, sapphire glass. I still absolutely love this watch. Now to a very special watch of mine, because this was sent to me by Seiko, and after the review I did, they let me keep it. Yeah! This is another reissue, but it's a reissue of the very first Seiko 5 sports watch. And this is to celebrate the 55th anniversary of it. Not only did I absolutely love the case, which is again true to the size of the original. We have a friction-based bezel again. The dial is absolutely superb. All the colors in the right places. Love that old Seiko 5 logo. Seiko brought this limited edition watch out for only £350. And that's not usually like Seiko. Inside we have a 4R35, so an upgrade from the 7S26 back in the Landshark. This time we can hack, we can hand wind. Power reserve's a little bit higher. But as you can see, I've got a thing for these curved tonneau cushion cases. This one's a special one. It ain't going nowhere. And talking of special watches, here's one I bought this summer, the vintage 7A287040. On a little holiday to Plymouth, I moseyed on in to a lovely antiques collectible shop, and this watch was just staring at me. Made in 1983, when Seiko built this watch, they certainly built it to last, because it shows hardly any signs of wear, just on a couple of the links. Honestly, to me, it looks like it was made yesterday. Now, a big reason why it's so special, it was the first ever analog quartz chronograph to come to the market. This is my token vintage Seiko. Yes, not my birth year. Maybe I'll look for a Seiko in that year soon, maybe next year. But for £340, this watch is still working. It is quartz. It is magnificent.
Could you just click that like button, please? It really helps the channel. Thank you.
Right, on to another watch I bought this year. And for me, this is Seiko's best watch of 2025. And it is the SPB 515. What's surprising is it's not a reissue, but it is a celebration of all the speed timers that came out since 1969. You can crudely time stuff using the inner rotating friction bezel. Now this is a brand new case with a brand new bracelet and a brand new dial. And when that happens with Seiko, you don't get the Seiko tax, because when they release reissues, they are quite expensive. Brand new designs don't tend to be massively expensive. I mean, this is around £850. It's not a cheap Seiko, but it does house the 6R55 movement, which is the same movement they put in King Seikos. We've got sapphire glass, 39 millimeters in diameter, and on my 6.5-inch wrist, this baby wears a dream. The only thing you've got to get round is the spherical date window between 4 and 5. But you know, I'm starting to get round this. Get it? Get round. Right, yeah. 200 meters of water resistance. I mean, is there any need for that? For anyone looking to spend between £7,000 and £1,000 on a Seiko that wants a brilliant all-rounder that can do everything, the SPB 515 is my pick for 2025. Now, as we're talking about speed timers, let's show off this bad boy. The SSC 947P1. This is a beautifully designed Seiko speed timer with a quartz movement that is solar powered, and the colors have been inspired by the very famous 6139 Pogue. Now, honestly, I feel $1 million when I wear this watch. Some people don't like the colors. I mean, honey yellow and Pepsi coloring on the tachymeter bezel shouldn't work. But for me, absolutely phenomenal. And that quality of the sandwich dial with the indices and the applied logo, it's just a very well made watch. The bracelet is nice. Too many people out there poo-poo quartz or solar powered watches. You are honestly missing out on a lot.
Hello.
On to another new addition to the collection. It's the Seiko Robocall. Yes, based on a digital watch that came out in the 80s. That was worn by several astronauts, which makes it cool straight away. But the unique thing about this is that you change modes not via the buttons, but by the bezel. And you know me, bezels are right up my alley.
Up Bezel Alley.
So many good things about this watch. Not only the fact it's a reissue, but it's an all stainless steel digital watch. The bracelet is not phenomenal with hollow end links and a pressed clasp, but this watch is so easy to wear. And for me, it's the ultimate retro sports watch. £480? Yes, it's a tad on the expensive side, and no doubt in a year's time, the prices will gradually go down, but I had to get one of these. He made me! Next up, well, it's the hero of my entire collection, not just Seiko. It's a watch that when I put on, I question the entire hobby altogether. But here, ladies and gentlemen, is my SKX 013, one of the first proper automatic mechanical watches I bought starting this journey. And when some people, I don't know, first get into watches via Timex, Citizen, Vostok, my journey did start with Seiko, and I'm so glad it did. This is one of those icons that I'm never going to get rid of. Not just because it's a cool ISO certified dive watch, but because it signifies the start of my journey. One of the reasons why I'm doing these shows today, which is very special to me. Now, for those of you that don't know Clockwork Republic, allow me to enlighten you, because they are the brand that takes Seiko to the next level. They make vulcanized rubber, the FKM, like the ones used on Rolexes for the Everest straps, and they combine that with solid stainless steel end links that fit all of our favorite Seikos. Whether it's your Willards, your Samurais, or your 5KXs. Clockwork Republic give it a look that no other company can do. The feel of the rubber is so premium. The matching of the stainless steel to the cases is flawless. And over the last year, Clockwork Republic has partnered with the Mad Watch Collector channel to try and spread the word of this strap company. Get in the link in the description below, where you can not only see all your favorite Seikos partnered up with a beautiful solid end link strap, but they do ones for the likes of the Black Bay 58. I'll be showing that off soon. Anyway, love my SKX. It ain't going nowhere. Now we come to my final of the 10, and I think it's still my favorite Seiko I own, but it is my SPB 153. This is a reissue of Seiko's first ever asymmetrical dive watch, the 6105, and was a proven tool watch to never let you down, no matter what conditions or environments you were in. Now, I have still got it on an extremely awesome Uncle Strap's Tropic strap, because I think it fits this watch perfectly. The dial is magnificent and does remind me of the 62 Mass. Love the handset. Love the Lollipop seconds hand. And just look at the case. When I close my eyes and think of a Seiko dive watch, it's this that comes right in my face, you know? Inside here we have an automatic 6R35, a workhorse basically with a higher power reserve than a 4R35. Now I've got to give you some sad news. Whenever I do a show, I like to do a bit of research and find out what the latest prices are on my watches, not to resell them, but to let you know what the price is. And I can't find this one anymore. Seiko looks like they've discontinued this watch, which is an absolute travesty. Anyway, it's a phenomenal watch that, even though it's rather big, still fits beautifully on my 6.5-inch wrist. Okay, now I said at the start of the year, I'd keep my Seiko spending to just 10 in the collection. To be fair, I still have done that. It's a sort of permanent loaner from the company Clockwork Republic. This is the SSC 813P1, and as you can see, Clockwork Republic do the phenomenal, solid, stainless steel end links with the rubber strap for these speed timer watches. And let me tell you that these solar powered Seikos, I think they're the best wearing Seiko you can buy on the market right now. Beautifully designed. Again, the dial is magnificent. The case has that 62 Mass inspiration to it. It looks vintage but also modern at the same time. The only negative I have is the date window at 4 15. If they got rid of that date window altogether, this watch would be a masterpiece. Solar powered quartz, so you don't need to change the battery. But for £600, that's what these are going for at the minute. I think this is a Seiko that looks at least 2 times more expensive than the price tag. So there we go, my entire Seiko collection. I'd love to know what you guys think. Are there any Seikos out there that would be a great addition to this collection? I need to keep the collection down. So if you could think of a Seiko I could add, I've got to get rid of one. Calm down, calm down. We're only talking about watches. Thank you so much for watching till the end. If you want to know what my wife thinks of all these watches, go check the reviews out, you lazy bum. She was kind to most of them. Don't forget, we've only got a couple more days until you can't buy the MDVR anymore. The link to pre-order this beauty is in the description below, as well as the fabulous Clockwork Republic straps. And if you want to show a bit more support and enable the Mad Watch Collector channel a little bit more, we got a Patreon now. See the shows early, blooper reels, behind the scenes content, private group chat, but most importantly, look at this team. I rely on this team every single week. But if I've got you here for a few more minutes, why don't you check this one out? This is superb. You'll love it. I know you will. Your wife or your partner won't love it because it means you wanting to buy another watch. But listen, you'll love it. Go on, click it. Click, click, click it.